everybody. Welcome to Wake Up Monday. It is the day the Lord has made. This is a wonderful Monday, second Monday in the month of October, and I'm with my co-host, Mr. Keeley.
Yeah, hey, how y'all doing? That's all I got. That's all I got.
That's all he got. It's so good to be with you. I enjoyed last week being with you, and here we are today. We're in the middle of October. We got some stuff to talk about today. We're going to look at, we're going to talk
Different
about
stuff. We're going to look at different stuff. Let them be surprised.
I don't know. All right, you just need to hang around. But
it's going to be good.
Yeah, he's trying to tell me what to do, but I want to tell you, we got some hot stuff to talk about, a good 4 hot topics, and we'll get there in a moment. But before we get there, I just do want to remind you that it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We have chosen to stick with that. We had last week, we emphasized the entire Wake Up Monday dealing with domestic violence. It should not happen in the church. You know what I thought about is that if the church is really to do something about it, we should be raising up young boys, young girls to be husbands and wives and help them understand what that actually means.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because once you know what a real husband and what a real man, real woman, and how to be that, then you won't do certain things in your life.
We got something on that today.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to this stuff, but I do want to say once again, this portion of our Wake Up Monday is sponsored by Tabernacle Church today, and Tabernacle Church has a crisis hotline for you if you're facing domestic violence. You can call the Tabernacle Church, and we're at Tabernacle now. We will help you. That number is 877-708-SWAT. That's Sisters with a Testimony. That's 877-708-7928. If you call that number, one of the saints here is going to answer the phone and see what they can do to help you in any difficult situation you're in. I want you to call that and get into it, all right? And just know you're not alone during this time. I was so blessed. There were so many people who were thrivers and more than overcomers in the comments.
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw them?
Yes,
I was responding as much as I could to them. And it's just exciting to see someone who had the courage to overcome mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional abuse. And I want to keep honoring you. So if you are an overcomer, we don't say survivor because it sounds like you still stuck in it with your head just above water. Yeah. You just surviving, barely making it. You are a thriver. You are more than an overcomer. Make sure you say something in the comments. Yeah. Speaking of that, now we're not really fully in domestic violence today. We're just going to look at a few things that are in the news or in the internet. We're just going to go through the internet and this is not a domestic violence thing, but it is a marriage thing. Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry's wife, is back in the internet again.
This is her second time. First time was with Red Table Talk with Jada Smith.
Yeah, I'm worried if my wife is friends with Jada Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah, I would be concerned if my wife was sitting at the red table with Jada Smith. That's the first thing.
Beware to keep her name out our mouth.
Yeah,
man.
Keep your name out my mouth. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. I don't know if I'm with my wife. She has emasculated Will to the point. What would you think? Would you be cool if your wife friend was Jada Pinkett Smith?
No.
Yeah. Nah.
I tell her that's one of the people that you gotta
birds of feather flock together. But anyway, you were saying, I'm sorry,
this is her second time. This time she's on another podcast.
What happened the first time? She said
first time she was on Jada Pinkett Smith's podcast. She said women be flaunting towards Steph, but no men be doing that.
Yeah,
to her.
Why don't men flirt with me? I wish the men looked at me.
It was a interesting thing.
What man wants his wife talk about, I want other men to look at me?
Yeah, exactly.
What woman wants her husband saying, I want women to look at me?
Yeah.
Who in the open marriage is talking like that?
Yeah. But we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But if you're brave enough to say that outside, we know there could be something going on in the house. So that's why I want
men to look at me.
I try to give, because she may be seeing all this social media posts. Come on, somebody put it in the comments. Things could be going different.
When we were living in Africa, if you remember, We were living in South Africa. We wasn't watching. We wasn't, we weren't on the internet like that. We weren't in other things. But Steph and Ayesha Curry just popped into me as this Christian couple.
I don't know. Hey, remember I used to always
say that.
I don't know why you
I
were.
said, man, they saved, man. I say they saved.
And then you said he put a verse on his shoes. It was Philippians 4:13.
He had a verse on his shoes.
Everybody loves Philippians 4:13.
Yeah, I just say, man, they saved that. So I started liking the Golden State Warriors because, they saved. And the brother is saved. The man can't miss a shot. I started liking them. You kept saying, nah, Dad, nah. Then and they were like the couple. And people came. Remember, they were coming after her because she was dressing like a woman who was not trying to be provocative. And they were saying she was. Women came for her for that. You remember that?
Yes.
And I said, see, this is evidence. This woman, they say they love the Lord. She's doing all of this.
Times changed, I guess.
Yeah.
So now,
after Jada, now recently, that was some years ago.
Now this time, I watched the whole clip a few times because people said, I saw a post of people saying that she said she don't like Steph and she never wanted to get married. What she was actually saying is when she was younger, she didn't know that she wanted to be married and all this. All she wanted to focus on was her career. And she didn't know. Once she got married, she realized that's what she wanted. That's what she said in the clip.
I think you put a lot of bridges.
I did, but because people
now
people don't have
Ayesha
people don't have media literacy for certain things, and that's how narratives get taken when the thing that was actually said.
So are you saying that Ayesha Curry, wife of multi-millionaire Steph Curry, been in the media all this time, daughter is on the media, she's not media literate and couldn't?
No, I'm saying the people who heard the clip aren't media literate.
Oh, okay. So, well, she did say I never wanted.
She never wanted kids. She never wanted to get married.
She never wanted to get married.
But she was talking about pre-Steph, before she got married, before everything happened.
Oh, and then she said she had children too soon.
Just like us in our walk with Christ. You think that? Let's talk about you for a second.
Did you ever
want to be a pastor? At one point, you said you would never be a pastor.
Yes, I did.
And so when you're talking about your testimony, saying I never wanted to be a pastor, but now that I am one, it's different. Imagine if someone took that narrative and said Bishop Vincent Matthews said he never wanted to be a pastor.
Okay, that's a good point. But she then, I give you that. Touche. All right. You get that.
I'm not an apologist either. I'm just saying.
But then she also said that she got married and had children too soon. She said we found ourselves pregnant.
Yeah, she felt because they got pregnant as soon as they got married.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
But but some people have.
I count after the wedding. You know what I'm saying?
People have ideas and things that they want to do before they have kids, and not that kids are a burden, but in this society, of course.
I don't like that word, kids.
People think I know.
I hate that word.
I messed up, y'all. Okay.
Kids are baby goats. And then it sounds like Baphomet. Baphomet is half goat, half man.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I get you. So. Then one more thing she said. Then we're gonna go to this clip because this is more diabolical.
Yeah, this is worse.
We got something worse than this. And then she said that, her feelings. But her feelings was about fans talking about her.
Her feeling, yeah, because basketball culture. People talk mess all the time. They're gonna talk mess about everybody. So they was talking mess about her at games, and she said she felt like. Because Steph is a hooper. He said you shouldn't care about it
because it's not real.
Okay, and she felt that he should care more about. Now, I will say this: she shouldn't have said all that in the interview because you keep marriage business in the marriage. But because she brought it out, we got to talk about it. I mean, I think it is fair to say that as a husband, you should care about your wife's feelings, regardless of if you feel like they're valid or not.
But now we go to the next level. All of that is good. We did all that to give you the background, okay, Ayesha? This ain't about you now. There's a woman on the internet that said
let's just let them see.
Let
them see. Let's let them see.
She shoulda.
All right, here we go. Let's just watch this clip.
Let's look at this.
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a whole phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe, though. Like, protect yourself.
A safe hoe.
That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She podcast because it's like I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff. This being married to Steph Curry. This shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She wanna be in the street. She wanna be desired by other men. She probably wanna do something with another man because she probably never experienced that. Like when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world and do stuff and experience stuff. Like you don't have to experience a whole lot, but I don't think she experienced anything at all. And now she's tied down, married with kids. You can't go do your thing right now unless you go do your thing and run the risk. Like you ain't just no Lucinda from down the block. You're Ayesha Curry. If you would mess with anybody, trust me, we gonna know about it.
Okay, so yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Whole phase.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Do all young black women talk like this?
It's not black women. I'm not gonna put this on black. It's on. It's
all
on
women talk like this?
It's more of a secular idea now.
I still got 2 sons that don't have wives. What will I do?
You see, what's funny is earlier today I was thinking about this conversation I had with a guy. He was asking me. He is some older dude. He was asking me. He was asking me for a reaction. He was like, "Why don't young men want to get married to the ladies in church or ladies anymore?" And I was like, "Sir, you don't understand what young men see and hear from these same ladies. Like some people might share that go to church, and then they say this is a good young lady, but yeah."
Ayesha Curry needed a whole phase.
Yes. So
This is what she's saying. And I know people believe that because we've had almost 40 weddings in our church since 2020. And many of the people I counsel, they get criticism, not from young women, even from older women, like, you need to go out and have fun. So I guess they're saying you need to. This woman said, wait a minute, I got to put on my glasses. I was taking notes as we were watching this. She says she has never been hoed. This is a woman glorifying, I have been hoed.
Yes.
I didn't even know that was a word. Oh, I did, but I didn't know it was applied that way.
You did.
I knew it was a word, but she ain't never been hoed. In other words, she ain't never been hoed like me, she's saying.
Because what happened is, at some point the narrative switched and you have to have all this experience before you get married.
No, you saying it nice. Body count.
Yes,
so you need a high
count.
body count to be a good wife. That is sick. Let me tell you something, young sister, old sister, medium-aged sister. Don't no man want a woman with a high body count. Am I right or wrong?
That's correct.
Even an unsaved man don't want a woman with a high body count.
If you go to a barbershop and talk for 2 minutes.
No man want a woman. No.
Nobody wants the used car.
But she said,
male or female.
You look at how many miles on it. What?
Yeah. But yeah, because
everybody really want a brand new car.
Yeah.
They want to play. They want to play in the used car, and then they go get a brand new car. Like, ain't nobody ever drove this one.
Yeah, male or female. Yeah,
male or female.
Yeah.
So this is Wake Up Monday. Since I had this man on this Wake Up Monday, we've been going in different directions. But it's a real direction, and it's important. And she even glorified. She's never been drugged through the mud a couple of times by a man. She's never been heartbroken time and time again.
I think because she's trying to. I'm not going to say I understand everything. I know part of it is bad. What she's trying to say is she's unappreciative of what she has.
But she's glorifying. She's basically.
She's doing it the wrong. She's saying it the wrong way, and she's going about it with the wrong direction entirely.
Yeah, she's really saying. You got to be dragged through the mud, get your heart broken over and over again, and get you some. Now, I know this is true because there's a lot of women that say, I need me a man with some thug in him. I need me a man with an edge in him.
But that's all from their personal experience.
No, that's your experience. Remember, I'm about to bring you married now. Remember, a long time, you let's talk about you. You talked about me earlier. You made a vow. You made a vow of purity and chastity as a young man. I remember when you made that vow. And then you made a vow as a young man, you were looking for a wife. And don't you remember, you had women saying, ugh, what you mean you want me to be you looking for a wife? Ugh, what you mean? This dude, I mean, come on now. This dude is like a genius, right? Genius, Come on.
But
6
you
foot
know.
tall, muscles.
Okay, I'm married
smart.
now. Hey, I'm married.
No,
I'm married.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Shout out to my wife.
Yeah, shout out to your wife, one of Job's daughters. But I'm not talking about Eastern Star. I'm just saying her name is one of Job's daughters. So, Jemiah, right?
Yes,
That's one of
sir.
Job's
Yes,
daughters.
sir.
And I'm saying intelligent in college, math major, super smart, and this girl's like,
But, you know,
you ain't getting high.
It's because it's a few things.
You remember that girl that was like, I don't want to talk to you.
You know, it's funny. She had a child too.
She got a child now.
She got a child now.
Yeah,
That's
that's what she wanted. And you didn't want it. You wasn't trying to do her like that. You were like, I want to see you after I get married.
Yeah,
Da 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 da.
It's
You my upgrade. That's my upgrade.
it's
I wasn't like him at 18.
you gotta look at it from
Quit
the
trying to take it
perspective-
off of you.
No, I'm not taking it off of me. I'm trying
Okay.
to say how people get stuck in that, because even dudes want a girl that know how to do it, everything that they see on pornography and all that.
Yeah,
So-
and then they're mad because now she becomes a baby mama, and you said my baby mama crazy.
Yes.
Or she's nasty in the house. She can't clean up nothing.
or she's looking for attention from men, but that's the
Yeah,
type
and
of
all she
woman
can
that
do
you
is
were.
dump,
that's
dump.
the type of woman that you were looking for.
So in essence, men and women have been jacked to want something that is really undesirable, but it has become desirable in
Yes.
the norm. A prerequisite to a good relationship is to be broken.
Exactly. So like women want the thug dude that's not taking, because you know, women have the complex that they want to fix the dude, and men want a dude that can do everything in a bag of chips and be a hoe.
And since when would, because if living with Steph Curry and being a mother and a wife to Steph Curry with
Millions, almost a billionaire,
almost a billionaire, always season tickets to the game, glamorous things,
6'3",
Whatever you
210 pounds, athletic build.
cute children, you can go wherever you want, do what you want. You can do anything. What hope does the average Joe,
That's
or
what-
the average
that's what a
Keely
lot
and the
of-
average Vincent
That's
have?
what a lot of people say. If you're saying that Steph Curry's wife needs that, how can any random man, a man who's working, he's just making $50,000 a year, you know, he might be 5'8", you know, not the best build. How's he going to be able to get a wife?
This
or
woman
something?
put her own phone on and posted this herself.
Proudly so.
Proudly. She wasn't even ashamed. You need a whole face. Because I had a whole face, girl. I was a hoe. I still am a hoe. What?
Yes, it's difficult times we live in. That's what's interesting. That's why you know, you see certain men not getting married, and a lot of people are not getting married anymore because of the dangers of the person's mentality that they're getting married to.
My God.
So if you're then if you treat yourself like a hoe, you're not going to be able to be faithful to somebody.
Don't nobody want that woman. She on TikTok saying she need a whole face. Now, they'll play with her.
Exactly.
They'll play with her. She got men in her DMs right now.
Yes, weak men at that.
Oh, yeah. And then, he's going to have to be weak, a beta male, as they call them. And then she can dominate them and say men are weak. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I got a scripture for that, but I don't know if I want to go all the way deep into this.
No,
because,
go ahead, because we need to. Because it's the interesting thing is it's the narrative of the time. But people want to do X, Y, and Z, and then have their cake. They want to have their cake and eat it too. You want to be a hoe, and then you still want to be a housewife. You want to be a hoe, but you still want to be a husband.
And it should be acceptable.
Yeah, and you should be okay that I have slept with 20, 30, 40 men before I got with you, and I'm only 28. You should be okay with that. Or you should be okay that I'm a man, I've slept with 20, 30, 40 women.
Listen at this. This is judgment that God said he's going to bring on his people. And see if this sounds familiar. It's from Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Mm-hmm. Moreover, the Lord says, this just came to me while you were talking, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with outstretched necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, making a jingling with their feet. That's jewelry on their feet. Therefore, the Lord will strike with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will uncover their secret parts. In that day, the Lord will take away their finery, the jingling anklets, the scarves, and the crescents, the pendants, the bracelets, and the veils, the headdresses, the leg ornaments, the headbands, the perfume boxes, the charms, and the rings, the nose jewels, the festal apparel, and the mantles, the outer garments, the purses, and the mirrors, the fine linen, the turbans, and the robes. And so it shall be. Check this out. Now you're going to take away all of that external stuff. Instead of a sweet smell, there will be a stench. That this is referring to their secret parts.
Yes.
There's going to be a stench in their secret parts. Instead of a sash, a rope. Instead of them having on nice things, they're going to be slaves. Instead of well-set hair, baldness. This is the Bible. Instead of a rich robe, a girding of sackcloth, and branding instead of beauty, your men shall fall by the sword, and your mighty in the war. Her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit on the ground.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to talk about the hair on the woman on the video.
No, but because
that-
this verse reminded, because she said that you need to be a safe hoe.
Yeah.
And with the way the STD rates are in Memphis metro area, there is no such thing as being safe, because it only takes one mistake. And humans are mistake machines, to say the least.
The area we're in now, if you look at Memphis or Atlanta or Birmingham or Detroit or Chicago, the HIV rate is of the highest in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. But, and sexually transmitted diseases. But it's just not just physical. You can put on a condom, you can do what you want, but you can't put a condom on your heart.
Exactly. And forget the spiritual connection. There's studies that show that there's a physical connection when you have sex with someone.
Yes.
And every time you have sex with somebody else, you're resetting that. You're sticking off somebody else and sticking in somebody else. Also, it shows that, male DNA stays with the female.
Yes.
And vice versa. So by the time you get to the man that you think should be your husband,
you've got a bunch of people's DNA.
You've got 50 men in you, or you got 50 women with you.
Wow.
So not only can you not grow the emotional connection that you're supposed to have with your spouse, you're also bringing all these people with you and risk and things of that sort.
Don't listen to this TikTok advice. That's the point.
Don't.
I hope you share this, because somebody needs to hear this. Listen, you can't guard your heart. And listen, you don't have to have a whole phase.
You know about red pill men, right? The ones that believe that men, we're supposed to have more than, red pill men are the same way. They're basically like these women that say the whole phase. But for men, they say a man shouldn't get married because women are just objects to be used anyway.
Well, they also say, the red pill guys, if I heard them right, if you get married, you predispose yourself to child support.
Yeah,
all of those other things.
Yeah.
The woman's going to take your money.
Yeah, they fearmonger you from marriage, but want you to hoe out as well.
Yeah, it's for suckers to get married. So you got the men on that side. That is correct. And a man should not get married. And there's young men your age.
Yes,
that's doing that. And they're not getting married.
And then there's the older dudes are the ones that's influencing them.
Yeah, 'cause look at me, man.
I don't got a wife, but I get to sleep with a different woman every night.
They took all my money, and these hoes did this, that, and the other, and women ain't no good. They all dogs. So you be a dog. You be a bigger dog.
And then there's also the Columbia dude, the international bros, the passport bros is what they call them.
Oh, that go to Colombia.
They go to other countries, just to hoe out there.
And
because, women there are I won't say they're easier, but there's more women that sleep with a dude from America regardless of what they look like because they got money.
Yeah, you're being prostituted.
Yes, basically.
You know what happens, though? Check this out. I got one more scripture. I'm not going to open it. In Ezekiel 16, I was just reading this earlier today as I was writing my book.
Then it's connects.
I'm going to talk about my book next week, you all. You're going to be able to pre-order it. This book is hot. Yeah, we're going to be able to pre-order it by next week. Can I
Prayerfully.
Oh, no, that's going to have
it's
to
gonna
happen. It has to happen.
It's on you. It's on you.
It ain't on me.
Get it off.
Anyway, so listen. Ezekiel 16. God says, I found you, I washed you when you were nothing and you were going to die. I said, live. He said, I raised you up, I married you. Then you went a whoring on me, a hoeing. You had a whole phase, okay, as she calls it. Then he continues to say, and this always got me, that you went out a whoring so much that now people didn't pay you and buy things for you. You had to pay them. So you're a prostitute in reverse. You are paying people to sleep with you, and you see these women doing that.
Yeah.
Dude draws dirty, just sitting around. He drive her to work in his car.
In her car.
Go
in her
sit
car.
in her car.
Yeah.
And then go
sit
chill
and
at
play
her
games.
house, and she work and come pay his bills and buy his
Yeah.
PlayStation and do whatever else. So you pay, instead of getting paid to be the prostitute, you paying as the prostitute
Yeah.
because the girl said you need to be drugged through the mud and get your heart broken, and you done bought him clothes and bought him this and did all that, and he dogged you.
And also, the narrative that you need to be holed out to appreciate a good person or a good husband.
That means you got
or
some
yeah,
real-
it's bad. It's bad.
We staying too long on
Okay.
this.
Yeah, because
we got to move.
Because that
Okay.
brings us to the next thing.
All right.
Because
right.
because we talked about it, to be a real man and a real woman.
Right.
So look at this real quick. Look at
All
this.
right. He brought me video clips.
I think there's there's
But
masculine.
what are real men?
Right. To me, a real man is a responsible.
Because every time a man does some fuck shit, they'll be like, "That's not a real man," and it's like, looks like a man to me.
I think a real man is in touch with
Looks
his
like a
feminine
duck and it
side,
walks like
you
a
know
duck.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a real man is knows how to unstrap from.
I don't know. I think the real man thing is just a thing like that people invented to like excuse bad behavior. You know,
Yeah, I
like
think
all men are real men.
said like a real man.
Period. Say how it
I
is.
think
Yeah.
Okay, Marlon Wayans. First of all, he keep flip flopping, but this woman, this woman is interrupting him. He's trying.
He's trying to explain something.
A real man is a man that takes care of responsibility. Now, why do a man do some blank stuff?
I should stop you. Pause before you even continue. You should know that she dated Kanye West. So, continue. So yeah,
She dated
Kanye.
Yeezy.
Kanye, the Nazi West.
Oh, okay, the Nazi. Yeah, that is right. He
No,
did
he
say
did.
Jews should be killed. didn't he?
And he was on Twitter talking about Hitler and all that. Yeah, he was on a rant of Nazism for a while.
Which okay, we off the subject. Which he don't understand. Hitler didn't want black people either.
Yeah, or he does, and he's just trolling, quote unquote. But that's how Kanye is.
Okay.
So yeah.
Anyway, she said anytime a man does some blankety blank bad stuff, you say that's not a real man.
Yes.
Then later she says, anytime you use this real man stuff to excuse bad behavior, but she just said you say that's not most people, saved or unsaved, any man says, now that's a real man. It's usually positive.
Yes.
90% times it's positive.
99.9
Yeah,
out.
it's positive.
Yeah, it's
Now,
positive.
that's a real man. He taking care of his business.
Yeah.
That's a real man. He take care of his family.
Yeah.
That's a real man. Man, you kept your word or whatever else like that. When I was playing football or whatever else. So this woman is obviously angry.
That's probably Kanye West. Yeah.
Now, interesting, Marlon Wayans is there to promote a book where...
Oh, no, the
movie Him, which I have not seen.
You don't wanna
know
watch
if I
it.
want to see. You saw it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I
I
just
read
know.
the review.
Yeah, it's
and
terrible.
it's about a football player submitting to the Illuminati, drinking blood and doing all
Yeah,
kinds
yeah,
of things
yeah.
to sell his soul to the devil for stardom,
Yeah.
which, by the way, they're showing that people look for fame through selling
Mm-hmm.
their souls. And now this woman who has sold her soul says, no, forget that. It looked like a man to me. They all bad.
Yeah. Somebody was trying to paint it as white feminism, the ultimate boss of white feminism, where a white lady interrupts a black man talking about real men because, white lady said they've been more oppressed than. I know. I'm just
You
telling you.
just started something
I'm just
here.
telling you what.
No. That is accurate because the feminism was never about equal pay for equal jobs.
No.
Feminism was about the destruction of the family and of the nuclear family. That's
Yeah.
why three
And
lesbians.
Susan B. Anthony didn't want to deal with the black issues or
Right.
colored women.
Yeah, but that's why three feminists and feminists and communists and lesbians started Black Lives Matter, and the first thing they want to do is destroy the family to help black people.
It's unfortunate.
We got to destroy the family to help black people. So I can see that because the feminist movement was very racist.
Yes.
Because affirmative action and DEI, white women benefited more.
were
So
the
I don't
best
even understand
benefit.
Negroes. DEI, we ain't going to Target till you spit back DEI.
Or the white people on the other side blaming us for having everything because of DEI. Either one, it's like it's not us.
We're not benefiting.
It's
But
your
that's another conversation. We got to go into that perhaps maybe next week because we're low on the list.
Yes, we are.
White women, You can go to Latinos. You can go. Latinos kind of low too.
Yeah,
Gay.
It's ideas.
Transgender is high in that. Veterans. All of that would be way higher than just average get the black folks. Benefit. But so she could be symbolic of that derailing. Shut up, boy. You can't, because she never let him talk.
No, and he didn't even finish his sentence.
Then he, because he's just happy to be there, said, "Well, you talking like a real man."
Yeah, because he was trying to make a joke out of it because, you know, he had been shut down.
She shut him down.
Yeah, she did, because he was trying to explain. Because in the movie, I didn't watch it, but from the trailer, you get to see that he's mentoring the younger dude in a bad way.
Yeah.
And so that's why he was talking about what a real man is. And so, you know, we're in an interesting time in society when a woman is attempting to define what a real man is.
Yes. And here's the top. But if you ask them what is a woman, they'll say that's a bad question. You can't define that.
But we have to define what a real man is. And so that's what we were talking. That's why, you know, Heaux and all that. You have to know what a real man and a real woman is. And if you don't accept the correct definition, you're bound to fall into those traps.
And I need to say this at this juncture, because we've been going far down this road. If you have a bad past, God can redeem that, and you can be whole, and you can have great relationships. You could have had you couldn't have had a whole phase. You could just been a whole male, female, whatever. But God can redeem you and free your heart from all of those soul ties and strongholds in your life, and you can be free, and you can have a whole relationship. It's not over for you. But if you're bitter like that woman, and if you
think a whole phase is necessary for a good relationship, you're in trouble.
Or if you're bitter like this one, that woman, I feel sorry for her. Somebody invite her to my church. Somebody just invite her to my church. If anybody know that woman that said whole face, the internet is undefeated. Let her know. We want to talk to her. And then this next woman talking to Marlon Wayans, she's bitter, obviously.
Yes.
She hates men.
Yes.
Which means she's been drugged through the mud a couple times, had her heart broken over and over, and now that's what a man is to me.
Yeah, that's what a real man is.
Yeah.
So her definition is already skewed because she's only seen bad examples.
All right. I get that.
You know, because if you only eat nasty food, you're not gonna understand what good food tastes like. Like somebody told me they don't like spaghetti. Like in our house, we know how to make spaghetti good. It's not just a side dish. That could be a whole meal.
Yeah.
But they were telling me, no, I don't like spaghetti. It's always a side dish at the church potluck, and nobody ever know how to make it. I said, that's because they're using canned spaghetti. You got to know how to make actual spaghetti.
I mean, my wife's spaghetti, man.
Yeah.
Change your life.
So, you know.
She beat the Italians on spaghetti.
Like when Marlon Wayans said a real man, her perception of men was bad spaghetti.
But see, here's the other piece to that is the concerted effort of male emasculation. That's what that is. Where she said all men are bad, which means she would think that a man like me or you, and we're the same, but we're different. But we're toxic because we're men. We're men. We not bowing to no silly frilly stuff.
No.
I'm a man, and I'm unapologetically a man. I'm on top. I'm in charge. I lead, and I lead, and I lead. Now, I'm not. That for so many people, that just pulled many triggers for many people. Oh my goodness, he said he on top. Said he in charge. Think of that. No. I lead, and when the righteous lead, the people rejoice.
Yes, exactly.
My house rejoices when I lead righteously. My wife rejoices when I lead righteously. At the job, wherever else, I'm going to lead. I'm going to open the door for a woman, my wife or not. I'm gonna look out for people. I'm going to help a society and be better. I am a priest, a provider, and a protector. That is what a man is.
Yes, and once you know what a real man is, and we've defined that role. You know, then you know what to look for as a lady in a man. If a man wants to marry you, you know if he's a real man or not.
And it's not. They've boiled it down to 6 feet tall with a 6-pack and making
figures.
6 figures.
666.
You got you a demon, right?
Yeah.
Right. You got you a demon.
Yeah.
666. But when we take God out of the equation and try to define things by what we think are real life. Yeah, that's good. He got God. I know people in the church and they do this. I didn't say he went to church.
Exactly.
Does he have the fruit The fruit of the Spirit, Galatians 5:22. Does he have the fruit of the Spirit, or is he Galatians 5:16? Is he walking in the works of the flesh? Mm-hmm. That's a big difference.
But people are not. They're not looking for that. God doesn't answer my prayers the time that I want him to. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try to find it on my own, male or female, because men don't look for real women. They don't want to look for the woman that's godly and not trying to sleep
Tabernacle
with them
men do.
Boom.
Boom. Tabernacle men.
But they
get married.
But most men, they don't want a woman that's going to tell them, no, I'm not about to sleep with you until you get married to me. No, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z. They want somebody that they can control and sleep with.
So they've been busy reading, what's the man from Family Feud? What's his name?
Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey's book, Don't Get a Cookie Too Early. The Bible, you should have been reading the Bible. Don't give him the cookie till he get a ring.
Yeah, till everything is everything is in order and you get married.
Then you give him a whole box of cookies. Here go the cookies.
All the cookies he wants.
You don't have to give him one cookie at a time. Tell him to follow you. No, but yeah, I think we must. The attack on men starts early at age. Jawanzo Kunjufu, have you ever heard of him?
Oh man, that's a name I've never heard in my life.
I'm ashamed because I'm your father, but Jawanzo Kunjufu was an educational genius. He wrote and was out in the 80s, early 90s, long before you were born.
Okay.
And he wrote the book, Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. And it was so profound in how boys are squashed at early ages, trying to be forced to act like females, because there's a difference between how males act and females.
Yes.
I don't care what the sociologist told you, and I don't care what bell hooks told you.
From the beginning,
there's a difference. Oh, how do I know? I raise children. It's not nature versus nurture. Your sister, which is close to you in age, she was born right after you.
Yes.
Y'all are a year and a half, 2 years apart. She's totally different. But, I mean, she plays ball and she runs. She's not like that. She does all that. But she's still her view is different. The way, even as a child, you all had gross motor skills. She had fine motor skills. You move things and take care of things. And you did that later, but you didn't do it when she did it. It's just totally different. And perspective is different. I don't care. And they say, it's nature versus nurture. You gave him a truck, but you gave her a dial. Nope.
They gonna pick what they gonna pick.
Yeah. So I think it really starts from early ages, raising men, and ultimately it takes a man to raise a man. Nothing against a single mother who's raising a boy. You do a great job. He can go to college and do whatever, but it takes a man to impart certain things. There are some things, it makes me laugh, that the woman who's trying to show her son how to play football. That's cool, but you still not showing a man how to be a man. Maybe you know more about football than me.
Also, on top of that, because there's an attitude that somebody might have, why are you focusing on the men? Because if the men are right, the women will get right. If you're not focused on the men, because the problem in the church too is they're more feminized now. You're focused more on women than men.
Preachers and feminine churches.
If we're not focused on the men and their responsibility in their role, how are you going to have men for your daughters? Like, there was a guy who was telling me, it's an older dude. He was telling me, why aren't there no good young men in the church? And I meant to ask him, what are you doing at your church to make sure those young men are good?
Men are there. And you know what happens? Our families are guilty of raising our daughters and spoiling our sons, especially the mothers.
Yeah.
Because some mothers almost see their son as their man.
Yeah, I can show you some stuff. We'll say that for next week. There was a bad video. It was like this lady, she had her son sexually choking her on TikTok. And her son like 5 years old.
What do you mean sexually choking her?
You know how some ladies like to have their neck held in squoze? She had her son doing that while she was, it was bad.
While she was masturbating?
No, while she was, it's for a TikTok. But she was making a TikTok doing that.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, so, it's unfortunate.
Okay, so, we're keeping it real today, aren't we? A boy is never the man of the house.
No.
You the man of the house now. No, he's not the man of the house.
No.
He is not your man. And we spoil our boys. We make sure our girls can clean the house, wash dishes, cook, make sure they study to get good grades, and the boy just play and have a good time.
No responsibility. No accountability.
No accountability. And he's going to be a mouse. He's not a man.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. Let's go to, we said we're going to talk about gospel music a bit. I saw in the news that Chandler Moore has left from Maverick Music.
Maverick City, yeah.
Maverick City Music.
Yes, sir.
And he's suing for millions from people that he could trust that they embezzled his money. Now, the person he's suing is a guy named, how you pronounce his name?
Gyamfi or something like that.
Gyamfi. Yeah, his first name is Gyamfi. No, last name is Gyamfi, Brother Gyamfi, and he's supposed to be the great gospel music innovator.
Yeah, because it's interesting. You know, I'm gonna preface this conversation by I only like the one and only song I liked from Chandler Moore was "What a Friend We Have in Jesus."
Yeah, you gave me
when
that.
when in 2020, and then after that, I really didn't listen to Maverick City Music. I listened to other
But
stuff.
he was
anyway.
solo on that one. wasn't
Yeah, he was pretty much solo.
Yeah,
And then Maverick City Music came out and everything. And then I remember when they went to the Grammys and they were singing with Quavo, "Till I See You Again." That's when I was like, man, they're on their way.
And what was
towards.
the boy in Maverick City that was chasing down Lil Nas X? And that's when I was like,
one of those that happened.
It's a rap.
And then people were defending, people love to defend bad behavior from those who call themselves Christians.
I started calling him the new Black Hill song. You know Hill song is
Ah,
jacked.
yeah.
Hill
yeah.
song was jacked. They were getting high, drunk, and in their whole phase for years.
Yeah. and then
Now I got a new term.
Yeah, so
I'm not going to say whole phase anymore.
hopefully we pray not.
That lady did
We
that.
pray not.
Yeah,
I wish I never told her
They
this.
almost look like to me the Black Hill song.
Yeah.
Except for Hill song. Well, no, Hill song didn't keep it under wraps too long. It was public.
No, yeah. It came out, yeah.
Yeah. And what's her name? I like the girl, though. Little girl, Rains. What's her name? Her name is Rains. Girl can sing, man. I like that girl.
I told you I don't know Maverick City.
Okay, her last name
As
is
soon as they
Rains.
linked up with Kirk Franklin, I knew things were gonna happen.
That was the next thing. Right. When I saw them going on tour with Kirk Franklin, I said, oh, man. Kirk Franklin, who is my age.
Gyrating on stage.
Maverick City, who is your age. Right? Now imagine Kirk Franklin trying to act and be as young as Maverick City.
On top of cussing his son out on the phone and all that. All that was going on. He was with them, too. Yeah. And
Brother.
twerking on women and all that.
No, twerking on Mother Jackie Chisholm. Our sainted mother, supervisor. How would he do that to my friend?
But yeah.
So, yeah.
So Gyamfi's embezzling was stealing money from Chandler Moore and I think somebody else.
And she pushed him away, bro. She was like, get off me, man.
Yeah,
She
and
tried
that's
to do
weird.
it nice, but she's like, get off me. Get your bony behind off me, boy.
And then did you
peeps.
see when Kevin Hart told
Come
Kirk
on,
Franklin,
peeps. Quit,
not
don't
to-
be acting up.
Don't front twerk?
Don't be front twerking. Yeah, at the...
It took Kevin Hart to call him out.
No, he did it anyway at that show.
Yeah,
He got up
that's
there anyway. That boy work out just to show his, man, poor Kirk Franklin. And I used to love Kirk Franklin back in the day. Melodies from heaven.
The more I listened to his old stuff, the more I
Rain down.
realized he was always the same.
Oh.
Yeah,
We-
because
we
I
just-
didn't know because
We didn't have discernment.
I grew up on Kirk Franklin. I didn't know most of his songs were secular songs that he just changed the lyrics.
Yeah,
to.
that's true.
I can do that right now.
Yeah.
I thought he was actually writing all those songs. I thought
Right.
that "Keep Your Head to the Sky" he made that.
Oh, man.
Yes. So when I found out that all his songs was just taking, I could take James Brown's Sex Machine,
Yeah.
change Sex Machine to "Get Up and Praise the Lord." Get up, praise the Lord. Stay on the dance, praise the Lord. Dance, Lord. Yeah, if I could do that right now.
Well, Kirk said also, why are we on Kirk Franklin? Kirk, because he run with Maverick City. Kirk also said that he write his music butt naked, sitting on the piano.
See, and that's another issue.
That's nasty.
Because you don't need to tell people
Why
that.
would you even if that was true? why
If
would
it
you
was
even say that?
if it was entirely true, and that's what you do. Some things need to remain private.
All right.
Like
okay.
the Lovely Day. I thought he made that. Then I
Oh,
heard
man.
Bill
Bill
Withers'
Withers.
original, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so he didn't even make a song.
That's right.
So yeah, that's why I said he's always been the
He's
same
been
way.
the same. I think maybe those but I was a youth pastor when I was pumping
Okay.
Kirk Franklin, right? So I was the youth pastor. I mean, my youth group was rocking, man. Y'all, hey, shout out to my youth group that was with me at the Lighthouse Youth Activity Center. We was rocking, wasn't we? Back in those days. And so I came pretty much straight from the world to the church I just gotten saved. Soon after, I had the youth group, and you caused me to go viral, showing me sing "Devil's Out to Get Me," and I got away. Yes, I got away. That thing had millions of views now. I was just sold out. So I just needed some bumping music for my youth center, and we used to shake. I had that place shaking like it was a club. I had the Lighthouse Youth Activity Center. It was a club. It was rocking. But hundreds of children got saved because we preached the gospel up in there.
Yeah,
I preached just like I'm preaching. There's a young person, she ain't young no more. To you, she's not young, who was in my youth group, who belongs to this church. She has children your age, who was in my youth group, who said, "You haven't changed. You preach the exact same way." So I was preaching the same way, but I was rocking Kirk Franklin, man. But I guess I had almost had Kirk Franklin at our church for a concert, and then they said it cost $10,000. I was gonna raise it. Then the pastor was like, "Man, that's too much to get somebody to come." And then the song "Stomp" came out. Then it doubled. It was like $20,000 at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, Stomp came out. I was like, come on, I'll pay for it. I had the money. I said, I'll pay for it, told my pastor. I'll pay for it. And then they delayed me. Stomp came out. He shot up through the charts. And then I called back to the manager. I said, I got my 10 grand. And they said, no, it's 20. I think it was 2025. And I was like, no, I'm good now. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and just play the record.
Oh, yeah.
I'll play the record. But anyway, Chandler Moore, that's how we got there.
Yeah.
Is with Gyamfi. Gyamfi is he runs concerts with Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
And Gyamfi, you got a clip on
Yeah,
Gyamfi, right?
because a while ago he had said some stuff. So look at this real
Let's
quick.
hear this guy, Gyamfi.
Black kids with, respectfully, white writers, right, and producers. So they were training them not to oversing, to sing it, to be singable, and also they were making content during the pandemic where everybody wanted God. You know what I mean? And they were great songs. It wasn't like, we gonna get over it, we gonna get over it. They were making music that resonated with people because the reality is we didn't grow up like our parents. Right. I grew up with a two-parents household, both my parents doctors. I don't know nothing about no struggle, no disrespect to anybody that does. I ain't grew up on no food stamps in the hood. Yeah. So my kids can't relate to, like, the way Never would have made it hit my grandma don't hit me the same way. Gotcha. You get what I'm saying? The way it's different. We relate to a different story. We relate to our struggles today, and I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm just speaking to the general young black kid. Our struggles today are more internal than they are external forces. Yes, there's still racism and all that stuff exists, but we getting up, going to work, the bills is paid, right. We got the cars, so like a soft dance is the lilies. It's like, dang, God will keep me fly. It's like it's a little bit different. Like now, it's like promises. It's like those songs will resonate with us, rest on us. It's more about the presence of God. It's more vertical, right, than it is horizontal.
We can't play it too long, can we?
I mean, we could
can't
play.
We can't play it too long. So that's him. That's the guy who's accused,
that's the
alleged, and now he's saying he got black faces with white
voices.
White voices.
Even though
No, he said black faces with white writers, white people to train them to follow in a different way. I got a problem with that. I don't think I have a problem with anybody white writing my music or writing things. But when you intentionally are saying, I want to bring black people out with white folks because we want to identify with black people, I don't get it. These young black people couldn't write it. The white people are going to teach you how to sing like they do. And personally, I don't have a problem with CCM. I can listen to CCM.
Yeah, I listen to almost all. I listen to all Christian stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I like music with a lot of words in it.
Yes.
Because I don't want nothing that's just going over and over and over again. But I think that I don't know. What you think? What do you think?
I can see two sides to it because now the gospel space is so messed up. Like Glorilla winning the gospel album of the year and things like that.
They did it to themselves.
Yeah, they messed it up. So if you go to Kirk Franklin's Praise Network right now, most of the songs don't really have a lot to resonate with. But at the same time, there are a lot of black artists who have black writers and are gospel artists that are writing good music. And then he said, like, never would have made it, didn't resonate with him. That means as a musical artist or as a writer or as somebody who does music, you weren't interpreting the song correct. Because
you didn't have to be on food stamps.
Yeah, you didn't have to be on food stamps. You didn't have to be poor. Never would have made it was not about poverty.
We've never been on food stamps. You've never, we never lived in the projects. Could you resonate with never could have made it?
Yeah, exactly. Because never would have made it is not about where you start. It's about where God takes you.
Yeah, and he didn't say I was on food stamps or I was poor. He said I could have lost it. I could
have lost it all.
I could have lost it all.
But still, you kept me.
I could have
and
lost
now
my
today
mind.
I'm stronger.
Yeah,
I'm wiser.
Wiser. Yeah, I'm better.
He never said anything about money.
No,
at all.
What is he talking about? But then he said a song can make him say, "God wants me to be fly."
Yeah, because if he dresses the lilies with beauty, so the song that they made, how much more would he love you?
Oh.
Even though, yeah.
How much more will he love you?
Yeah, that song.
One. Yeah,
he's saying God wants me to be fly, and yeah.
So
even that was a misinterpretation of what
total
God was
misinterpretation
saying
of the
in that
scripture. If he dresses the lilies of the field, that means he got you.
He'll take care of you.
Yes.
Not that he wants you to be fly, but the clothes that you got on.
No one dresses better than lilies in the field. Look at two sparrows don't fall without his knowledge.
Exactly.
But you don't have to worry. I got you. And that resonates. It transcends generation. It transcends culture. It transcends. But what he's saying is, I'm not looking for anointing. Well, he later said, got the presence of God as we cut it off. But I'm looking for, he wants the system, the machine that cranks the ducats. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So it's not gospel to propel the gospel per se. You needed those people in the background. They didn't need to be white or black. He didn't care who they were to show us how we can get the formula to make the money.
And then, because he said it's more spiritual, but if you're saying you're spiritual, but the way that you're presenting yourself, singing with secular artists and doing things of that sort.
All your collabs.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't surprised when I heard that he was probably stealing money. So that's what I'm kind of trying to get at. It's not surprising based on how he talks.
He's talking. Yeah.
Based on how he talks, he's claiming that it's about spiritual things, but it wasn't really about spiritual things.
Yeah. I can't tell who's safe, who's not, that sing and things of that sort. Now, if I just see you in the news and you drunk and crazy and doing all, you chasing down Lil Nas X or whatever else, I'm going to tend not to listen to you.
Yeah.
Right?
And then, because Chandler Moore has said, we got to make songs more than just about God and about Jesus at one point.
Yeah, and Lecrae, Lecrae.
Yeah, Lecrae said that.
And here we go again. You grew up on Lecrae, because I used to bump Lecrae a lot. Well, he was part of the 116, and the 116 guys, they were solid, man.
Yes.
And then it just fell apart, and he was kind of leader. 116, that was from Romans 1:16, and that just a whole nother thing came about that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to emphasize, I am not gospel. I'm not a gospel rapper. I am just a rapper.
Yes. And now, which is interesting because hip-hop is looking for, no big deal, shout out to him. He said hip-hop is looking for a renaissance. Only problem is that Christians got it now. Because now Christian rap, all the old MCs say Christian rap is better than what's coming out now from the secular side.
Right, because they're not bought by the bosses.
And they're standing on their faith and
come
talking
on.
about important stuff.
So
So
no big
even
deal.
Lecrae was...
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody bumping Lecrae. They're bumping No Big Deal, not bumping Bizzle.
Yes.
Man, Bizzle is hard.
Yes.
Did you hear his new album?
No.
Oh.
No, I haven't.
I run to him. So when I work out, I run to Bizzle's album. I'm telling you, he got one about the father, his son. I forget the name of the son is trying to hang out with his father. He's like, "No, son, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to build our life." And then by the end of the song, the son is older, and then dad says, "Come on, let's hang out now." And he said, "No, I'm gonna hang with my friends." And basically, he told him. So there's one line in there that said, "No, I'm trying to buy all this stuff for you." I can't quote exactly what he said. He said, "But go get the iPad so it can iDad you." Oh, that hit me there. Get the iPad so it can iDad you. I don't have time. I'm trying to make a good life for you, man.
Yeah.
What's another good rapper you like? Who else?
Right now I've been on Christian House, so I can't even.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Let's see.
What's that boy you told me got in trouble?
Caleb Gordon, I believe.
But what do they call him? It's not Caleb.
It's
Gordon.
Caleb Gordon.
Oh man, that guy's fire.
Caleb Gordon, KC, all of Indie Tribe is pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
we almost had KB coming to Tabernacle.
Close to it.
KB was supposed to be here this month. Yeah. Do you have anything new?
I don't know. I know he had War.
I haven't heard anything from Flame either for a while.
I think Flame is out.
Triple E
retired.
Triple E literally retired.
He's done.
Wow, but she's probably preaching.
Yeah, he is a preacher.
He's preaching.
now.
Yeah, he's probably preaching.
He goes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So,
But yeah.
we went from Maverick music to
But
gospel rap.
we're still on it. But
Yeah.
because we were talking about how some people said they sold out, but the ones that stayed are still doing good stuff.
Right.
Lecrae, he's still around, but he's not who he used to
and
be.
it's Gyamfi. Gyamfi seems to be, according to Chandler Moore, allegedly part of the problem.
Yes.
Because they're for filthy lucre and not for the other things.
Exactly. And based on how he was talking, that's I can believe that. Also because based on how he was talking, based on the things that Maverick City were doing, based on the stuff that they were doing, even in this he said nobody want to hear no choir music no more. And then the fact that he said that you need white writers, that's one of my issues
Yes.
too. Because our album was fully Bible-based, had great lyrics to all the songs.
And nobody oversang either.
Nobody oversang, and it was written by black people.
And when he says
Ron
our album,
Canoli
when he
was
says
writing.
our album, you're talking about Tabernacle Church album. It's called The Gospel Encounter. You can find it anywhere you
Tabernacle
stream
South
music.
Haven Choir.
Yeah, if you find it anywhere you stream music. Okay, keep
But
going.
yeah, Ron Canoli.
Yeah.
He may have had some white writers. He had
But
black
I'm gonna tell
writers
you
too.
what, though. I'm gonna tell you what. You found Ron Canoli, right? And I love Ron Canoli, but he didn't resonate with the traditional black folks.
Yes.
Kind of like what people are doing to who else would you say is that? Cece is, because she's a Winans, but we kind of pushed her out a bit.
CC is now, CC's more popular on the CCM side than she is.
Yes, that she is.
Yes.
Who else? I'm trying to think of somebody else, a man right now. I just can't think of people that are big but don't resonate in black circles and black churches.
And I mean, people like different types of music, I'll say.
But Ron Canoli was the real deal.
Ron Canoli was the real deal.
And he was solid. And the lyrics were solid.
But at the
He was
same
on
time that
fire.
Ron Canoli was cooking, Hezekiah Walker was cooking too.
Yeah, hey.
Power belongs to God. So I can't, you can't hate. It's just a musical preference.
Listen, my brother Lamar had a, which car did he have? Thunderbird Show. Anybody remember those? This was a 1990 something with 15s in the back.
Oh, okay.
6x9s in the doors. And he used to bump Hezekiah and what's my man? John P. Key. Because it's real bass in the music, right?
Yeah.
So the bass would shake the car and shake the neighborhood. You just gave me a memory.
And they had black
That's a memory.
writers, and
Sponsored to
they were
by the
John
80s and
P.
90s.
John P. Key, Hezekiah Walker. Back in the 90s, there were people writing good too.
Yes.
That were black. So
They weren't over singing.
and they weren't over singing in those songs. The choir was singing normally.
But you do. It does get on my nerves when somebody just keeps singing a lot of runs.
And that's what I was saying. I get what he's saying, because if you go to like the new Christian albums are not as good as they used to be.
Right.
Gospel is not as good as it used to be.
But I'll tell you something else. There are a lot of people, and I don't care about your style. If your lyrics are gospel and whatever else, I can listen to a country gospel song.
Yes.
And it can bless me. But even with preaching, there are some styles that traditionally were smiled upon that the younger generation are not.
They are
having.
frowning upon it, like runs and
Yeah.
hooping. People not resonating with that, but it's also because hooping started, and we can talk about the different things that black preachers had to go through. They didn't have enough resources and things, so they only had the word. They didn't have all the resources. But now pastors have all the resources that they ever have, but instead of studying and making sure everything is in line for their message, they still just want to hoop for the whole service.
So
and
are you
not hooping notes. They just hooping to hoop.
Okay, yeah, and so hooping to someone in your generation would be seen as a reflection of ignorance.
In many circles, yes, and it's a reflection of ignorance, not knowing anything.
Yeah,
you don't know anything.
He ain't saying nothing. Now, I would say, and I think because people would say to me that I'm a teacher, they say, you didn't preach, you teaching. And I'm like, man, I just preach. I preached the best I could. I would hoop, but I don't know how to hoop. But
I can't.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't
but,
know.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. But the original rappers were preachers. Mm-hmm. I would contend that the original rappers were preachers. Preachers were rapping. And there are many, especially a good Baptist preacher, going to give you a list with rhyming words. I ain't good at that. Maybe I should ask the computer to help me. To
No,
make
don't ask the
some
computer. You can
lists.
do it. You can do
I
it.
don't know, man. I ain't no poet, and I know it. Yeah, but I mean, there's some Baptist preachers. There was a preacher in Detroit, Charles Adams. Woo! This man was a preacher. Reverend Charles Adams, man, when that man preached, even the atheists get you know, the hair on the back of their neck crawl. But the man could always have this great list. And I thought all Baptist preachers, then I found a bunch of ones that couldn't preach. I thought all Baptist preachers could just preach. Then I started meeting, it ain't about the denomination. I was like, man, oh, he Baptist? Come on, bring it. And then, like, but the exuberant Pentecostal preacher, that would be Church of God in Christ or whatever else, was original rapper.
Yes.
And then it has kind of phased because they would hoop, but they were really rapping.
And the hooping wasn't because I heard my granddaddy hoop. That's how they used to speak.
It's
now,
exuberant.
Now hooping is all about making the people move.
And
regardless of what you're saying.
Right.
I ate green beans, collard greens, cornbread, you know.
He's cornbread.
He's
like
good.
that.
He's
Right.
running runs. So
Yeah.
I can resonate with Gyamfi when he said, you know, that certain stuff we didn't have as a
Right.
younger generation, because even people in your generation or older, sometimes not resonating with what's happening in the church no more.
See, what happened also during the pandemic is he talked about they got big during the pandemic.
Yes. Almost everybody who's big got big during 2020,
and they took advantage of media because
Yes.
everybody's watching the media. And they were pushing content constantly. Maverick City, that's what they did. And they didn't stay at home. The other folks are sitting at home talking about I'm hit. But what has happened during the pandemic is that people are listening more too. And some people, because now your preacher was online where there's no distractions and you got them in your headphones, and then they say, wait a minute, this was a big barrel of cotton candy.
Yep.
I thought I had a bowl full of something, and it was just cotton candy.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be impressed by this, and I need God, and I need to hear something.
You still talking about your check gonna come in, and it's like.
And so I think even if someone, regardless of your style, because there's people who don't have that type of style, but they found that they were fluff also.
Yes.
And that was a real challenge. Look, our time is going, man.
Yeah.
Our time is going.
No Big Deal has a song called "Get Your Business Straight" on his reimagined "The People We Became" album. It's all about what's happening with Chandler Moore. Them. It's first off, get your business straight. Watch how they administrate. They might cook the books before they put it on your dinner plate. That's what he said.
Wait a minute. And then Bizzle also had a song about dear white Christians, dear black Christians, and he basically was talking about, I'm not going to tailor my music to fit what you think it is. So they've been talking about it before Chandler got
before they got messed up.
Ganked.
Because I think No Big Deal he's independent now. He had to leave the companies that he was with because they were playing with him too. And I think it's the music industry, because now the music industry is evolving in different ways because people still want to be in charge of everything, and they steal money that way. Music industry steals money that way.
I got to talk to my friends that's in the music industry, because there used to be gospel music labels.
But those labels they've
been co-opted and bought out by the secular labels.
And even when they were gospel, some of them were I hate to say this, were behoing the artist.
Yes. Yeah, I can believe that. Mahalia Jackson, I think, got robbed.
Yeah, they were robbing people from their inception. False contracts, taking 10% here and there.
Somebody gonna have to help me. Light Records. Anybody remember Light Records? That's on here. Light Records. And the Hawkins family. I just remember the Hawkins family. I think we're on Light Records. I think Andre Crouch, one of the most prolific songwriters of all time, and he crossed over. He was on all sides.
Yeah.
He was, white folks
he was
love
a
him,
black
folks
writer.
love him. Yeah, and a prolific writer and a great preacher. But the Hawkins family, I believe, were on Light Records. I think so. I think even the Clark sisters, I don't know. But they were on gospel labels.
Yeah.
So, because I learned how to scratch. Wicked.
Yeah.
To like Clark sisters, I would scratch the Clark sisters. I would scratch the Winans. I learned how to whoop, 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 whoop. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
So yeah.
I didn't have techniques, but I had turntables. I was scratching gospel because I couldn't play nothing else in my house. So I was learning how to be a DJ. So All right. Last thing, and we got to get out of here.
Oh, before we get off Chandler Moore, we just do got to make sure before you sign any contracts, make sure you know what you're doing. If you're a musical artist, read those contracts, have a lawyer. Also, make sure you audit the company that you sign with because they do steal from people all the time. And if you audit them, you can sue. All of this I've learned from seeing other people get messed up.
If you want somebody to do a forensic analysis of the books, here he is right there. He'll tell you where every penny is.
I'm not an accountant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're an actuary, so you can do actuary work.
I'm a mathematician.
Yeah. Okay, you're a mathematician. I'll take that.
Accounting is 1 + 1 = 2. That's small.
Oh, that's too small for you.
It's too tedious, I'll say.
Don't call him. I'll give you somebody else to call me. All right, last thing. I just want to talk about this for a moment. Chicago, the mayor in Chicago is fighting Donald Trump. We could have started with this.
Yeah.
In Memphis, the mayor is not fighting Donald Trump. Both black men. He didn't say it, but they're kind of welcoming the National Guard in Memphis.
Yeah, I think he said he had no choice. It's really not up to him. So he said we have no choice but to be welcoming, even though he did say he don't think it's necessary in his interview.
His body language. I've said the same thing from the pulpit. You heard me say that,
Yeah.
right? But his body language shows that obviously Chicago has a crime problem.
Yes.
Obviously Memphis has a crime problem.
Memphis especially.
D.C. has a crime problem. Birmingham, Little Rock, you can go down the line. There are people who are saying it's racist for the National Guard to come. I'm not taking it to racism.
No, I wouldn't either.
But you have feelings about it.
I do have feelings about it. I do think that there's a better solution. There is a different way that they could approach this problem.
Yeah.
And I believe that over-policing is not going to be the solution to the problem. The reason I say that is because in Baltimore, crime has gone down. They have a black mayor in Baltimore. Crime went down in different things. He changed a few different things. He opened the Boys and Girls Club up till 11 p.m. He had more tutors and used resources to help boost the community up by giving more education and things. And so crime went down instead of, adding more police, because adding police to Baltimore doesn't change it. That's why I like Batman and Joker, because Batman thought that Gotham City is bad.
Yeah.
And he thinks that he can save Gotham City, but because there's a Batman, there's going to be a Joker. There's going to be an opposite menace. So
for every thesis, there's an antithesis.
Yes, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
That's the third law of thermodynamics.
I believe so, yes. So when you bring more police here, thinking that it's going to bring crime down, it's actually going to cause more problems versus bringing more resource. Instead of spending the $1 million that we're going to spend every day to have the National Guard in Memphis, we could spend that $1 million on tutoring programs, on
I agree with that.
helping the infrastructure in low-income communities, putting lights on, making sure things are in order.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, that $1 million could do many things. Over-policing doesn't help, but under-policing doesn't help either.
No, it doesn't.
In Memphis, we're fighting with the administration's been fighting with the police since I lived in Memphis. Since we moved here in 2016, there was a sign by the police union that said, "Welcome to Memphis. You could die here." Basically, there's these many murders. You remember that billboard on 240? Yep, just down from the airport. "Welcome to Memphis," sponsored by the police union. I was like, "What did I do? Moving my family here?" But and the police union is still beefing with the mayor's office.
Yes.
The mayor's office is trying to actually null and void all police contracts because the mayor said, "I wasn't the mayor, I didn't sign it, so it shouldn't be void." In Detroit, man, they took the police pension and the fire people's pension.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I got friends who didn't like it is what it is. So, man, that's just but I agree with you. Since you quoted laws of thermodynamics and stats from Baltimore, go ahead, Baltimore. Two things I want to add. The same thing happened in New York. Rudy Giuliani, who now is in trouble, I think, but when he became mayor, he drastically reduced crime by fixing broke windows. They said they didn't add police, they fixed broken windows in buildings because they said the perception in a neighborhood with broken windows is different than perception without broken windows.
Yeah.
And when you have broken windows, people break more windows. When you fix all the broken windows, the perception is different. Then you clean up the streets. People tend to throw less trash and feel like they can commit less crime and people have better ownership.
Yes.
That was Rudy Giuliani. And then the other thing that I was going to tell you was I forgot. Man, it was a second thing and it was really good. I don't remember.
Okay.
It means that doesn't mean I'm old. It means the Lord didn't want me to say it right now. It's our time.
But yeah,
in.
because
Go ahead.
Oh, no, yes, sir.
No, you go ahead.
Because I think it's important that we.
I remember too. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
No,
I'll-
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
will remember. Go ahead.
Because I think it's important that we, people think that the only thing that can stop crime is the gun. But we, first off, there's enough churches in Memphis that we could make an impact in the community.
That's what I told. I had an interview with American Family Radio. They called me and asked me about the police coming, and I said, I don't have a problem. I said, but because me as a church, we on the streets.
Yes.
And so we're bringing down crime, and we're going to redouble our efforts, be on the streets. How dare me sit at home without my evangelism team being out on the streets, without our people out on the streets praying for folks and knocking on doors. That's what we're going to do. And that brings me, and we're going to close, to Sir Thomas More. Sir Thomas More, who was social disobedience. Who thought of that?
Civil disobedience?
Civil disobedience. Who was that? Forget it. Let's not go there. Let's just stay. Sir Thomas More, a Renaissance man who was a philosopher who wrote the book called Utopia. It talks about what it's kind of. Some people think it's a precursor to Marxism, but I think it's a good book. He said many people talk about the causes of crime and trying to get rid of the causes of crime crime and poverty. Poverty, he was really talking about, without looking at the root causes and dealing with the root causes. And the causes of crime in these cities is not lack of police or soldiers on the streets. It's lack of fathers in the houses.
Yes.
And until you deal with the daddies in the house, until you deal with the family, because a child with a real daddy in the house is way like 70% less predisposed to going to prison. And then a child, and not only daddy in the house, well, I should have went before, because how do you get the daddy in the house? They got to have God. And our society has turned from God, especially black society. And we got to talk about that. Post-civil rights era, or during civil rights era, we thought that God was our civil rights and not our spiritual rights to worship him as we are free, and to remember that God brought us out of slavery. And when we reject God, that's the root causes of what's happening in these societies. These young kids, they don't just need a hug, they need God. And because they're being raised in godless homes, and then rejected by their fathers.
Godless homes, rejected by their fathers. The Memphis educational system is underwater, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and the civil discourse has been boiled down to people, our politicians cussing each other out and going. When you mentioned the school board cussing each other out, going off in public, we see this with senators and Congress people, and keeping it real. And many of these people that do that have Ivy League degrees, and they've had, but they think they're speaking to the people, and they talk low. Whether it's the president, how he talks to people, I mean, calling people names and all those kind of things, and these people. So it's on all sides. It's whether left or right, blue or red. The civil discourse. There was a time where Democrats would sit and talk with Republicans on the news program. Now, if a Democrat talks to a Republican, the Democrats ostracize and would be like, "You're a sellout.
Yeah,
you can't talk to him." Vice versa. Or if a Republican sits and says, "Me and this guy, we gonna come together on this. We agree on this. We can work together on this." That's a problem. Because we go, and so civil discourse has to change in that we have to know how to talk to people. Cussing preachers just saying anything from the pulpit, berating people from the pulpit. It becomes a bully pulpit. So in the politicians, in churches, in the schools, look at the teachers. We should get those videos of teachers walking in school on the first day, and they were dressed worse than the children. The teacher's mammary glands out, her gluteus maximus out, the teacher sagging, all kinds of things. So where's decency?
You expect, and then because teaching is not the most expensive job. Also, because Memphis, people don't have ideas for their future. If you don't have goals for your future.
Did you say Memphis? That's
I'm
not
gonna
just
say
Memphis. Better leave my city
I'm only
alone.
saying Memphis because we got the National Guard coming.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
we're talking about where we're at.
And remember last week we talked about the horrors of urbanization.
Yes.
Yeah. Just so nobody just be mad because we got a big Memphis following.
I love Memphis.
He loves Memphis.
I love Memphis. I do.
He loves you.
I do.
Right.
I do.
It ain't
my
personal.
city.
It ain't personal. But I'm in South Haven, but this is Memphis. Yeah. So we're in Mississippi. But you're right. We what was I saying before that?
I was telling you,
Yeah.
infrastructure.
Yeah, the
urbanization.
infrastructure, yeah, the urbanization is a huge, and the isolation and the fragmentation of the family and of relationships. And children used to come to church, they don't. And children didn't come on their own. They had to be an adult to bring them.
Yes, and now the parents want to get their fill in and have time away from their kids, and they pick church to be that separation time.
But
y'all know we do have children's church and a nursery.
Let me just we out of time, man. We
Yes,
we
we
are
are, we
more
are,
than
we
we planned on. Let me just say this: whatever city you're in, you got to prepare yourself, right? Whether you're in Memphis or you're somewhere else, make sure your tags on your license plate is not expired. Make sure your driver's license is not expired. Make sure you don't have warrants out for your arrest. Make sure your children know not to be riding deep with their friends, especially if they're driving a car, don't have friends who might have something in their book bag that's illegal or things of that sort, because they're going to be responsible and they're going to go to jail. Make sure you taking care of business. And the law-abiding, righteous people don't fear the law. And I know there's some exceptions of some bad things that happen, but for the most part, when you're doing the right thing, I don't have to worry about the police. And I said this Sunday, and there was a cool breeze I said, these are the people I pastor was looking at me like, what?
Yeah.
No, just do right and you don't have to worry. I'm going to ride down the street. If they have a checkpoint, I mean, we've driven through Africa where there's checkpoints by soldiers in South Africa or in Mozambique or in Lesotho or different places we've driven. There are military checkpoints. We don't fear. We were doing the right thing. Let me see your license. Let me see your registration. There it is. Okay, where are you going? I'm going down the road. You can go. Thank you very much. I don't fear because I'm not doing anything wrong. It is the unrighteous run when no one is chasing them. That's what it says in Proverbs.
Yes.
And so a lot of people are locking their solution is lock yourself in the house and watch Hulu all day. Devil is a lie. I'm gonna keep going and keep doing what I got to do. And I'm not going down to fight the soldiers and push them down and tell them get out of here, because that's not going to bring any end in either. But you're right. The root cause is not having a National Guard here.
Yeah, it won't help.
If the church would be the church,
yes,
the crime will go down. The crime is an indicator of spiritual wickedness, sickness, that where the demons are having their way and the people are not.
Yeah.
Listen, this has been great. This has been great. And listen, Joe Rogan be on for 2 hours. So I know we can be on an hour and hour 15, hour 20 minutes. But I'm not Joe Rogan either. But no, because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. And Joe will have you on there whenever you want to. We can talk about it a lot if you're watching this. But I got a lot of questions for Joe. I'm sure you would too. Yeah. Joe is not omniscient. But anyway, I thank you for this time. I thank everybody that was watching with us. I pray that you share this. All the topics we shared are relevant, are important.
Yes.
And
they all connect in many ways.
And can you tell I got a new edge with my son on here, right? It's a whole new edge. I got videos to show you. I've done it before, but not regularly. Videos to show you differing perspectives. Yeah, I like you being on here. Yeah, and then when I retire, you can have
retire.
You can have all of this.
He's not retired.
Yeah. Oh, I'm retiring. I'm stepping
all right,
down.
No, don't tell him no dates.
Oh, okay.
Don't say no dates.
All right. Yeah, he knows what I'm about to say.
But yeah. So
I'm gonna be like Barry Sanders. I'm gonna leave while I'm at the top.
That's a conversation we're gonna have.
I'm gonna be like Barry Sanders. Like I'm the best right now. I'm out. Y'all not gonna be saying, man, he lost it. He done lost his step and he just holding on and folks leaving. No, that won't be my testimony. But you're right. That's another day. All right. So this has been Wake Up Monday, and I just want to remind you, let me make sure I got it right. I want to remind you that at Tabernacle, which is my church, if you are facing any domestic violence, that wasn't our show today, but we're still honoring Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
And overcomers.
If you're an overcomer, if you got any challenges, you can call 877-708-SWAT. That's 877-708-7928. You got any words? Any final words?
Yeah, stay safe in Memphis. Everybody in Memphis, stay safe. Don't be afraid. The greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world.
Amen. What he said. You said you're going to close it out in prayer this week.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. Yes. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you're continually doing for us. Help the church to go out and be the church, do the things that they're supposed to do, and push forward and thrive in the communities that they're in, not expecting the government or the police or anybody else to do what you've called us to do, make change in the community. And Lord, help all of us to have our minds renewed through you and not be conformed to this world. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. All right. See you all next week. This has been Wake Up Monday. Make sure you share. I'll see you in the comment section. God bless you.
Bless you.